Okay, great morning. I've been asked a few questions, and so let me see if I can get them answered. Somebody was asking me about going to Asheville, North Carolina, because they have a lot of busking there. Well, Asheville is too expensive. I can't afford property out there. Um, but that's why I was looking at Bristol, Virginia, and Tennessee as perhaps a place to move to, because you can get to to North Carolina, Asheville from there. So that was one that, I was considering. But again, I can't do anything until my house sells. And this time of year, they said, don't expect anything until, really at least another few weeks because of the Christmas stuff. Christmas is coming, and then we've got New Year's, and, it's just in that area, people are not really doing too much with real estate at the moment. So that's where that's at. Okay. Oh, mercy. And then I had a question about the amp. What amp did you buy? Okay, so let me show you my little amp that I just got. It's the mini. Okay. It's a mini Fender. A little mini Fender amp that's called the Passport. And it has a place for input for microphone, regular mic input. Let me turn this over there. A regular mic input, and then you have an input for guitar or whatever, and then you have one for earphones if you want to practice and not have it, out loud, and an auxiliary as well. And then this has hold for tuner. It's got all sorts of different things on here. It's got volume, tone, reverb. It's got a number of effects if you're playing guitar. If you're playing flute, you don't care about those effects. They don't, But it's got twin reverb, natural, parlor, 57 champ, it looks like it says, British 65. So most of those are going to British 80s, jumbo, different sounds. If you're playing guitar, that would, be something you might consider. But again, for flute, don't really need it. Well, in the back of this, if you open this up here, you can put the large D batteries in here. I think it takes 6 of them if you run it by regular battery. Or you've got your little plug in here that you can plug it into an electric outlet. So now what I'm doing with it is, I'll show you what I'm going to run it on when I'm out there. I got this AMSU. I got this on Amazon, okay? And it's got all these outlets for your USBs and 12-volt DC. It's got a lamp on, off. You can turn on a lamp there if you need a light at night. Output on. And then it's got here grounded plugs in the back. Okay. So you plug this in and you can charge it up, and then you can take that out and just take this with you. And so this is my portable battery that I am going to use to power my amp. Okay. For a microphone, I'm not having a microphone that you have to physically put on the flutes because it takes so long to, put them on, take them off. You can't be doing that between every song. That's just not going to work. So it's got you plug in the regular mic on a mic stand. I bought a little Shure mic that goes on a mic stand. And you just want to, when you're playing flute, you want to have this hole close to the mic. Okay, and so that picks up the sound there. So I tried out this little amp last night. I did power it on here, and it worked quite fine. You know, I'm going to have to read some more on those adjustments, see what I can find, get the best, you know, echo and things. But actually, it sounded quite fine last night when I was playing it. Turned up the reverb, found some echo on it, and that worked quite well. Another thing I've been using to practice is this little thing. This is by, I think it's iHome. You can get these, I think, probably online or at Best Buy. But it runs off of it's a Bluetooth. So let me show you here. So that will run off of there. It puts out a pretty decent sound. I'm running out of things. Let me move this back a little bit. Okay. You can turn it up quite a bit. Turn it down a little. So anyway, you get the idea on that. That works pretty well. And then I do have the one from, what was it? Was it Blue Bear, maybe Blue Bear? I do have that other little amp, which I will probably, it also works off of the Bluetooth, or I can download what music I want to play onto a little card and put it in and play it. So I'll probably have them loaded on a card, then it'll just, you know, play what tunes I want it to play without having to go through and choose each one every time. And that little amp is one that you can recharge. It's rechargeable batteries so that you charge it up on your computer, with your computer. So, yeah, with those things, it looks like I'm really, you know, able to get out and do a little busking. I don't have to have a plug-in. It's a little easier if you do, you know. You don't have to take the battery thing with you. But yeah, you know, you can do it quite portably. And, you know, like I said, I needed something really small because in the van, I don't have a lot of room to be carrying big amplifiers. They're heavy and they're bulky, and, you know, those will be staying in my home, you know, unless I was doing a bigger venue, then I'd need a bigger thing. But playing, the outside little patio things and, coffee houses, things like that. You don't need something, you don't want to overwhelm the sound anyway. You don't want to drive people out. You just want to have something, a nice ambiance, kind of a little quieter music and stuff going. So anyway, that's what I got. So that's working well. Oh my God, today I just looked, my heat pump. I just looked at that, and the filter in that, I don't think it's ever been cleaned. This is a 2002 van. It's never been cleaned. It is clogged. I'm surprised I get any air out of there at all. So now I need to find the little tool to open that up and take that out and clean it. Oh my God, it is so bad. It's just like looking at that going, oh my God, that's a filter in there. It's just clogged. So I'm going to try to do that today as well. Anyway, the boys are sacked out here. They went out this morning. It was cold again last night, down to the 20s, in the 20s again. But it's supposed to get up today in the higher 50s. So we'll see, if it warms up. Again, at night, if it's going below 30s, in the 30s, the heat pump doesn't work. So I have to have on the furnace, the propane. But I think now I can go ahead and turn it off, and I could switch it over. It's warmed up enough that it should work for the heat pump. So I think I'm going to do that now. Yeah, I'm turning it over to the heat pump and save my propane. So we'll see what happens with that. Anyway, it's going to take a few minutes for that to warm up. So that's how things are here. I've got somebody that wants a reading. I will get to that today. I've just got to figure out which cards to use to do the best reading for your situation. So I'm going to look into that and get that out there this afternoon. And we'll see if there's anything else, questions. I don't think so. I think I've pretty much got that. Yeah, okay, how to use the mic. What brand? Does it have echo? Is it attached to the flute? Yeah, no, it's a regular stand, a mic on a stand that I'm using. And, when you're playing with a mic on the stand, you just play close to the mic, and you want to have this, not down here, you want to have this hole close up to the mic when you're playing, and it'll pick it up. If you've got one of the Shure mics, not the cheapest one, get a little better one that will pick up more sound instead of having to be right immediately, almost eating the mic. The one I got is quite fine. But yeah, I just find that it's easier if you have the mic on the stand, that type, if you're going to be doing more than one flute. Okay? If you're doing just one flute, you can get those little mics that they put on instruments. But again, if you're doing a number of different keys, with flutes, you have to change for every key. And nobody wants to sit there while you're taking off a mic and then having to put another one on, and then you do the song. It's, it just, that doesn't work so well. So, anyway, that's it. The Passport, made by Fender, portable sound system. You can run it on the batteries. Okay. It's got a, what size is that? Is that 6.5? I can't. 6.5 inch full range speaker. Okay. And it's got a USB jack for Fender Fuse software. It can double as a digital recording output. Digital recording out. Okay, I'm going to have to read some more on that and figure out what that is. The digital online recording. I'm going to check more into that. That sounds like that might be a good thing. If I could record some of the stuff while I'm playing it, that would be fabulous. But we'll see if I can figure that out. So maybe I'll just check it out online. It's called the Fender Passport Mini. So I'm sure that YouTube will probably have a thing about it on there if you want to find out more about that unit. And it was $100 and something. It was $100 something. But then again, I bought it at the music store. It might be cheaper if you went through Amazon or something. Okay. So you could check that out. And as far as my other little thing, that AMSU, that thing has been kind of a little bit of a lifesaver when I've run out of, and I need to plug something in, you know, and you're not wanting to run your generator, or for some reason your generator, your gas is below half a tank. If your gas is below a half a tank, it won't run the generator, it won't kick on. Because I figure you need enough gas to get out of some place. You can't run the generator. So if you get in a spot where your generator, you can't turn on your generator to turn on your electric plug-in, then the AMSU is a handy little item to have. Okay, just saying. You can't be too well prepared. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here for now and see what else we got going for the morning. Thanks for tuning in. Aho.